So if you look in that area up there, see if I can get a shot. That's where the drive shaft goes up inside the exhaust housing, connects to the crankshaft, and that area was all gunked up from where I pulled it out. So I've got that cleaned out as best as I can, but let me show you one of the ways that I was able to get a nozzle up there and use my compressed air to clean that out. So I got a piece of 1/4-inch PEX pipe, and I stick it all the way up in there. Take my blowgun from my air compressor. And that's how I was able to really get it clean. Okay, here we go. The day has finally come for putting the lower unit back in to the exhaust housing. So hopefully everything fits well, and give this a shot. I've got my bolts close by. Get these spread out. I put some anti-seize on this bolt, especially where it sits in there, so it shouldn't be too hard getting out. Got the spline all greased up, ready to go up into the crankshaft, and as you saw earlier, I cleaned out any bits of chunks of corrosion that were up there in the crankshaft. So let's see if we can get this puppy in. Make sure the water tube gets into the straw. Where this lines up. Get that up there first. Oh yeah, it's going up in there. Much better now that it's cleaned out. Get this bolt started. This bolt here is for the shift rod connector, so I'll set that aside over here. All the rest of these bolt the lower unit to the housing. What a difference cleaning that out has made. I still had like a 1/2-inch gap yesterday when I was trying to see how the fit was, and I realized there was a little more up in the crankshaft to clean out. That's why I did that blowgun method. Get all these bolts started. Exciting day. Got that lower unit on. Let's tighten up this one last bolt, connecting bolt on top. Now I had a little bit of gear oil left in the lower unit, so I'm going to go ahead and finish draining the rest of the old and then refill that gear case with new oil. Now the last thing to do here will be to connect the linkage, so I'm going to move my camera and get a good view of reconnecting the shift rod. So this opening in the exhaust housing is where we're going to make that connection to the shift rod. And if you see that little detent, little groove there in the top of the shift rod from the lower unit, this brass collar is going to slip over it. The bolt will go through, and it will kind of seat itself into that detent so that everything connects nice and snug and tight, and actually has something to grab hold to on that shift rod. So that little half-moon notch there. Alright, so I've got it started in there. Everything's lined up. Get this tightened up. Alright, shift rod is back in business. Alright, next on this I've got the new gasket and cover plate. It covers up that connection to the shift rod. That'll keep water out of there where it doesn't belong. This was also one of those missing parts when we got the engine, so good to have things back where they belong. And just like that, the lower unit is rebuilt and back on the engine. So some of the things that we've repaired are was that missing cavitation plate on this side. So it's nice to see this back. The water bypass cover. A new screen for the intake, as well as a new plug on the end. New cover plate for the shift rod, and of course we've rebuilt the water pump in this lower unit too. So just going to refill the gear case with oil, and then we'll be ready to start this thing up. Okay, we got the center console hooked up to the battery, so is the engine. Got my engine sitting in water, and let's fire this baby up, see what it does. And we've got water, so it's pumping. That's awesome. Rev it up a little. Back it off a little bit. That's awesome. So shifting works too, that's really good. So working on this engine has been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot. This is the first time that I've actually worked on an outboard engine, and I couldn't have done it without the help of my YouTube friends. I've spent countless hours watching YouTube videos about different two-cycle engines and outboard motors, and it's always nice when you find one that's really close, especially in the Evinrude series. So thanks to you guys that have been a great help in helping me go through all the steps of rebuilding the lower unit, rebuilding the carburetor, and to know that it actually worked and is running is even more of a bonus, I guess you would say. And I've had a lot of fun with this, and I hope that you have had a lot of fun watching me go through this. I'm not a professional by any means, and so I know I might come across as sounding like I know what I'm doing sometimes, but I know those of you out there that are professionals have seen many mistakes that I've made along the way. But we learn from those mistakes too. So both with the videos that I've watched and the help I've gotten from those, and from the School of Hard Knocks and learning, this has been a great experience. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next series. I've got my flat blade screwdriver, and it's got a magnetic, oh shoot.